Hello everyone, welcome to NextGen AI Academy. In previous video, we learned theoretically the types of data type. In this video, we will learn how to do code implementation. The code implementation, let's try to create a class data types program. Select the public static void main, click on finish. The first data type is byte. First type the data type byte, then the variable name. In this example, we will consider month and give any number within 1 to 12 range. We know very well for byte within -128 to +127. By chance, if you give more than that value, okay, let me put 200, it will display the error. And if you check for the solution, change the type of month to integer. Eclipse suggesting to convert from byte to either int, long or other data type. So even if you do a mistake, Eclipse will correct you. In this example, let's do a positive scenario. Byte month equal to 10. Then type sysout control space system.out.println. Type byte data type value is within the double quote. Now I am introducing a new symbol, that is plus, which is used to concatenate this static string value with this dynamic value. 10 is stored in the variable month, so mention here month. Now let's execute, and you can see byte data type value is 10. So instead of hard coding the value, we can dynamically pass the number using that particular variable. If we update this to 12, then the output will be according to that. The byte data type value is 12. Same logic we are going to follow for rest of the data type. The next one is short data type. So type short. Let me mention year, and we know very well year will falls under 4 digit, something like this. Then sys.out.println short data type value is pass that particular variable. When you execute, you will get the exact value. Same way, integer data type, for integer alone we have to type int, not the entire word. Employment number equal to some big employment number falls under with this range. The output message integer data type is pass that variable using the plus symbol. This plus is concatenating the both the values. And the fourth one is long data type. For this type long, phone number, follow the proper naming convention, maybe 638. So I am giving my mobile number and semicolon, but still it's not working. Why? For long alone, we have to mention after that particular number just include letter L. Then it will consider this particular value as a long. You can mention lowercase l or uppercase. Anything is fine. The second I make int, this mobile number is not within the range of int. So the only way is we have to use the long data type. Then long data type value is pass that particular value. So we are done with the integer data type, byte, short, int and long. For long alone, we have to mention the letter L to that particular value. Now float data type, floating point number. The data type name is float, mentioning my value equal to a very big number and semicolon. But still it is throwing the error. When you check the reason of error, we have to change that type to double. If not, add cast to float. So for giving the value of float also, we have to give it in this format, then only it will accept. Then when we try to print it, we know very well float will consider 6 decimal point. See the output, float data type 29 point, it took only 6 digit for the manipulation. And there is another way we can mention float. We can't use same variable name. So let me change the variable name. Instead of mentioning like this, you can add letter F to this number. Like L, you can mention F. L means long, F means float. Now also it will work. So when we execute, so either you can mention like this or mention F. The next data type is double data type. So the data type name is double variable 3. Just to show the difference, I am using the same value. Let's see the difference. And you can see if it is a float, it's considering the 6 digit. If it is a double, considering the 15 digit. Based on your requirement, you have to choose float or double. If you need a very high accuracy of calculation, then go for double. So floating data type we completed. The next one is Boolean data type. For Boolean, type Boolean, variable name status like true or false. And remember, while typing true or false, it must be in lowercase letter. And trying to print the value by concatenating the variable. And the next data type is character data type. For character, type char, not the entire text. Variable name option. Within the single code, you can mention any letter, maybe B. Press option A, B, C, like that. For those scenarios, you can use char. Then printing the value. So we are done with the primitive data type. So when we execute and see the output, so all the primitive data types working properly. Then for non-primitive, let's see string data type alone. For that, the data type name is string. Only string data type starts with capital S, but all the keywords in Java will be in lowercase. String, the variable name, greeting message equal to, within the double quotes we have to pass the string value. Welcome to Java class. Then let's print and see, trying to print the string data type value. When we execute, you can see the output. Here we are just simply passing the value and printing it, but in the back end what literally happening is it is trying to occupy the memory space according to the data type we are sending. Even though this is very simplest concept, but it will create a very big impact in the overall performance of the application. Hope you got a very clear clarity about this topic. That's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.